Hey there, welcome to part one of a three-part series on organizing your Gmail inbox. Today we're going to focus on adding labels to our incoming emails and even how Gmail's filter feature allows us to auto archive and do so much more with our emails as they come in. So today we're going to focus on those labels, and in parts two and three, we're going to tackle multiple inboxes and even some code to help sure we keep our inbox clean so we don't one day open it up and realize we have 1,000 emails that we have no idea what to do with. If you're like me, my emails start to stack up. So this three-part series is really going to help you organize and keep your inbox as tidy and organized as possible so that you can focus on other things that matter most to you in your business. Here we go.
Okay, so one way to really organize your inbox is to use a tagging system and also just being able to sort by those tags. In order to add a tag to a specific type of email, you would think of like, okay, well, maybe anything that's coming in, like this Boxer, for example, I want to label it as a notification. Or as you can see, a lot of things have the subscriptions tag, so I know that it's not necessarily from a client or super important, it's a subscription. So if I click on an email, I can go to more, filter messages like these, and anything coming from this email address, I'm going to create a filter with that. I can apply it to all the messages I have, and I can decide to apply the label, and I'm going to create a new label, notification, and create. So now anytime I get an email coming in from this address, it gets the little notification tag. And then if I actually want to make this another color, I can find it here on my list and say, you know what, it's a notification and I want it to be red. There. So it stands out. This is also a notification. So I can filter again and apply the label. And since I already created it, it should be on my list. Apply it to the others and create. Okay, so then I can kind of see some of the notifications that are coming in. Let's say that I had an email that I was like, you know, I've been getting it into my inbox and I find that I'm really not reading them. I'd rather have them still get tagged as subscription, but then just get archived right away. And that means they get sorted into the subscriptions folder right away and I never see it. And you may ask, wait a minute, if you're just going to archive it anyway, why don't you just unsubscribe? And the answer is twofold. One, because it may contain information that I need later on, even though I didn't want it right then. Or two, let's say that I need some examples of different types of emails. I'm basically building, you know, this whole horde of emails of all these different types from all these different subscription lists that I'm on, so that when I'm ready to write emails myself, I have a whole bunch of examples of things that have worked for others that I trust in the past. So that's why I don't unsubscribe. Okay, so let's say, for example, that, let's see here, I guess any of these. Let's say, just pick one. Let's say that I wanted this to still get labeled with subscriptions, but I'd filter again and say anything that comes from this email address, I'm going to create the filter to skip the inbox. And I can apply it to the others. So anything that comes to that email address will skip the inbox. And I already have a rule that says, hey, it's going to get labeled as subscription. So now two things are going to happen. It's going to get labeled as subscription, and then it's going to go straight into the folder and be archived. But I don't actually want to create that yet, so I'm just going to close out of that. Okay, one last thing here is if you go into your settings, the gear settings, there's this filters and blocked addresses, and that's where you can click and see the list of all the filters you have if you want to edit them or delete them. And then you can also go here to the labels, and you can make changes if you want the labels to show or hide here on the sidebar, and if you just want to manage them, add more, delete them, that's up to you. Okay, so that's kind of just using the tagging system and auto archive to organize your inbox. But as you can see, sometimes that's not just enough because I use that system, and yet my inbox just blows up if I don't check it for a few days, other than, I mean, maintain it. I check it for important emails, but as you can see, emails just start to pile up. So in later videos, as a part of this series, I'm going to show you how to organize them kind of in a folder system here, where you can still see what it is even though you're pulling it out of the main inbox, and then also how to use code and script to really automate the system even further. I'll see you around. Bye.